Hello, big boy. It's Baba. Maybe today you might be seeing this after part 2. So I might have said night night, but never mind. This is a story called Moonshot, and it's about the mission of Apollo 11. And Apollo 11 was very, very special. It's the first time that humans, had got to the moon. 3 men flew this. 2 of the men landed on the moon. Let's find out who they were. Here it is. Here's Apollo 11. A gigantic rocket. Not like the rockets we see today, where they have 4 parts to them. Of the 2 boosters and the big orange tank in the middle. This one is the Apollo style. There are many different types of rocket. But at the very, very, very front, if you look in your space books, you will see that here, just about there, where they're sitting in the cockpit, this bit here is the bit that breaks off, and we'll get there. If you look along this bit here, across the middle, you can see where Earth is, and they've orbited Earth. And they go around the moon, and then they come back in like a big number 8. Can you see that? It's like a number 8 lying down. That's how they flew. And all these bits here tell us about what happened in the journey. And we'll come back to that later, because there are different bits that happened to the astronauts as they went to the moon. So should we see what happens? This is called Moonshot. High above there is the moon, cold and quiet. No air, no life, but glowing in the sky. And here below there are 3 men who clothe themselves in special clothes, who lock hands in heavy gloves, who lock heads in large, round helmets. It is summer here in Florida, hot and near the sea. But now those men are dressed for colder, stranger places. They walk with stiff and awkward steps, in suits not made for Earth. They have studied and practiced and trained and said goodbye to family and friends. If it all goes well, they will be gone for 1 week. Gone where no one has been before. There are 2 small spaceships, Columbia and Eagle. They sit at the top of the rocket that will raise them into space. A monster of a machine. It stands 30 stories high. It weighs 6 million pounds. A tower full of fuel and fire, and valves and pipes and engines too big to believe, but built to fly the mighty, massive Saturn V. The astronauts squeeze in the Columbia's sideways seats, lying on their backs facing forwards towards the sky. Neil Armstrong, the commander, is on the left. Michael Collins on the right, and the other person called Buzz Aldrin in the middle. Click, and they fasten the straps. Click, and the hatch is sealed. There they wait, while the Saturn hums beneath them. Near the rocket, in a place called Launch Control, and far away in Houston, in a place called Mission Control, there are numbers, screens and charts. Ways of watching and checking every piece of the rocket and ships. The fuel, the valves, the pipes, the engines, the beats of the astronauts' hearts even. As the countdown closes, each man watching is asking the question, go, no go. And each man watching answers back, go, go, go. Apollo 11 is ready for launch. 10, 9, 8, 7. Ignition sequence started. Flames push hard against the pad, every second pushing harder. 6, 5, 4. But still the rocket does not rise. Mighty arms hold it steady. Hold it till the countdowns finish. 3, 2, 1, 0. Lift off. The rocket is released. It rises foot by foot. It rises pound by pound. It climbs the summer sky. It rides a flapping, cracking flame and shakes the air and shakes the earth and makes a mighty roar. Armstrong, Collins and Aldrin ride the fire and thunder press deep in their seats, their bodies heavy as clay. The rocket below them sheds parts as it soars, bolts explode. Engines ignite, first stage, second stage, escape tower, gone. The rocket flies lighter. The rocket flies faster. In 12 minutes' time, it's 100 miles high. Then, after an orbit around Earth, to talk with Mission Control, to check the course, to check the rocket and ships, the rocket's last stage fires again, pushing the astronauts on. And when the Earth has rolled beneath them and rolled behind and let the astronauts go, Saturn's last stage opens wide and releases Columbia, which is the rocket's tip. And also Eagle, hidden until now, a stranger ship, more bug than bird, a black and gold folded spider. Michael Collins, Columbia's pilot, turns her back around and locks Columbia to Eagle. Then Armstrong, Collins, Aldrin leave the last of the Saturn and travel on their two small ships joined together, flown as one. They go rushing into darkness, flying towards the moon. Far away, cold and quiet, no air, no life, but glowing in the sky. Right then, big boy. We'll have part 2 tomorrow, or maybe the day after, okay? Night-night, big boy. Sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite, because Baba loves you very much. Very, very much. Night-night. Sleep tight.